Have you ever wanted to improve yourself? Well, in this video, I'll be sharing some habits that have improved my life. My name's Cole Aceret, and my channel's about exercise, health, and self-improvement. Over the last year, I've been trying to improve my life through self-development, and I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a like. Let's get into the self-improvement habits that have helped me improve my life. So, the first one is learning. And you may be asking, like, what do you mean by learning? What I mean is learning from books, learning from articles online, and pretty much a source that you can learn something new from. The library, the books are, but I'd recommend reading at least around 30 minutes per day, and since I've started reading books that I actually wanted to read, that had interested me, instead of reading a book for a grade in school, I've learned way more than I have in the past, and it has improved my life a lot from reading books about self-improvement, business, and other topics. But you can also listen to an audiobook on Audible, or I think YouTube. If you look up on YouTube, some books, they usually have them on there, but listening to them is also real good. But I don't feel like it's exactly the same as reading it on a book, because when you physically see the words and are able to look at them and read them, I don't know, it sinks in with you more. But for the first book that I actually read, that I wanted to, not the first book I ever read, but I got the audio version and I had the hardcover book, and I listened to the book and it kind of read it to me. So I mean, you could do that but after, I haven't done that as much, because I don't know, I feel like when I read it, if I read a book like that, it will be a lot easier to retain the information and just play it in my head. So that's learning. Alright, so the second one is meditation. And you may be thinking, when it comes to meditation, you may picture a monk in a towel going like this, and let me tell you, that's really not what meditation is. I mean, it is, but at the same time it isn't. It's not how I do it. What I do is I just will lay down and play some kind of guided meditation, or just a meditation on YouTube for a certain amount of time, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. But if you're just starting out with meditation, you should start small. And by this I mean starting with even 1 minute. 1 minute of mindfully breathing, basically. That's what it is, just focusing on your breath, the in and out. And you could also look up how to get started with it as well. I mean, it just starts small with it, and at first it won't really seem like much of a difference, to be honest, because when I started it about a year ago, I didn't notice anything different for the first month or so, and that's basically on my part too, because I wasn't as consistent with it at first, just because I wasn't seeing any results. But later on I was like, there's something about this that is good. So I started to do it more consistently, and over time I started to feel a lot more in touch with myself. And think about it as like when you're doing it, all the thoughts in your head will start to come up, and try not to control them or do anything about them in the moment. Set aside the time for yourself and observe your thoughts like clouds in the sky. If you're liking this, I would encourage you to subscribe. It would mean a lot. So on to the third self-improvement habit. So that is journaling. And journaling's a pretty good habit because you can get all the thoughts in your head out onto paper, and this helps a lot because, I don't know, some people say that they can hold it all in their head and all that, and I mean that's great, but wouldn't you much rather just get your thoughts onto paper and not have to think about them anymore, really? Or if something's bothering you, you can just take the pen to the paper and write away. That's what I do, and it has helped me solve problems and planning and just get my ideas onto paper, and that's when they become real and just not dreams in your head. Yeah, I even have some notes here, so that's technically journaling, I guess. But, and if your handwriting isn't that good, that's okay. Like, my handwriting is not that good at all, to be honest, and if you really don't want to write it out, then I'd suggest you could do a Google Doc and on your computer and just type, and that would be your journaling. But I'd strongly advise you to just try it and give it a shot. I got a question for you guys. So what book are you reading right now, if you are, or what book do you want to read, or what are you going to read? Let me know in the comments below. Hey, thanks for watching the video, and I'd appreciate it if you liked it and subscribed to my channel, because I'm going to be trying to make weekly uploads like this. Again, I really appreciate it if you made it to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.